Welcome to It's Time for Yarn. I just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys, so buckle up, get yourself a beverage. I have some coffee here, toasted coconut mocha, and settle in. I wanted to come on and just kind of hang out with you guys. I wanted to chat and to kind of catch up. I have been MIA for a couple of months and I really don't have a reason. I haven't really had a lot going on like in January, February, early part of March, other than just being tired and kind of being in a funk. I don't know what has been going on with me. I had my 40th birthday on March 30th, and I don't know, there was just something about it that kind of had me feeling some kind of way. And I don't know if it was like a little mini depression or just being exhausted from having an infant that's learning to crawl. He's full on crawling now, all over the place, and chasing him around and keeping up with his needs, and I don't know. I did have some dental work done yesterday, so if I sound a little funny, sorry about that. But I had to, I went to the dentist probably 3 weeks ago, had some things that need to get fixed. So went yesterday and got that situation going, and that was intense. But, the dentist that I went to was really good. They like gassed me up and numbed me up, and I wasn't nervous. I had a really, really good pediatric dentist. I really feel like that's the key to not having anxiety as an adult when you're going to the dentist, is having a really good pediatric dentist. So for me, I was okay. And the doctor's like, wow, you stayed really calm. And I'm like, well, I don't want you to mess up in there, so I'm just gonna sit here and be still and take it all in. But I just wanted to come on and say hello to you guys and ask how you guys have been doing. I know that I haven't done a blanket tour in a while. I do have some blankets that I need to show, but the thing is, I gave them all away as gifts during the holidays, so all I have are pictures of them. And so to me, I'm like, ugh, that's not as much fun as having the blanket like in front of me. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it now. And I just did not have the time or the energy to film that when I had the blankets with me. So I will work on that. I will work on getting better at that. But I did make sure to take pictures or have my family members send me pictures of the blankets that I made so that I could show you guys. So I'll get to work on that. But I do have a blanket or two that I'm working on now, because even though I haven't been filming, I've been crocheting because I've been anxious, and crochet is therapy. So I've been crocheting like a mad woman whenever my baby's asleep or when I get home from work at night, because I close. So I get home about 11:15 sometimes. I'll stay up till like 1 o'clock in the morning crocheting, and then hate myself in the morning because my baby gets up at, 6:30, 7 o'clock. No matter what time I went to bed, he doesn't care. So I'm like, oh, regret, but not regret at the same time. It's a really weird juxtaposition, but hey. So anyway, I had gone to Michael's a few weeks ago and saw, when they first came out, their Carousel yarn, I saw it. Their loops and threads, Carousel acrylic yarn. When it came out, here's one of them that I'm working with. The tag came off. It's a big old mess. It's been rolling around in my yarn bag. We're just gonna have to look past it, guys, okay? But I saw it in store and fell in love with it. I'm like, oh, that was so pretty. Like, I need to have this yarn. I'm gonna take this home with me. But I didn't really have like a reason, other than it was pretty. That's it. Like, I have plenty of yarn. I have lots of things I need to finish. I have lots of projects. Viviola. Shh, I'm filming. Viviola, shh. Sorry, she's playing with some paper. It's on the floor. But I have plenty of yarn to keep me busy for a while, But I saw it and I could not resist it. I was like, I let it, I walked past it. I left the store, I left it there. And then I went back like a month later and it was still there. I was like, you know, okay, I'm gonna do it. It's calling me, I'm doing it. I'm getting the yarn. So I did, and I made this blanket with it. I don't know if you guys can see the colors, but okay, come on. There's a blue and tealish color there, blue, teal, and green. Then I have a yellow base with like Eastery colors, the teal pinks, and is there a purple in there? Well, there's just a green, I think. And then there's this, the white base with the navy blue, teal, and then like a corally kind of color. And then this super Easter one, white base with pink, teal, and yellow speckles. And then I just repeated it. And I use white from Mainstays for the border. If you ask me, Mainstays is a really good value yarn for just things like this. That's going to be the border. And it's not the softest, you know, it's not the softest, but it's certainly not rough like, you know, that one brand that we talk about that's notorious for being rough. You know which one I mean. You know which one I'm talking about. But for me, it's affordable and it does the job. And I like it for borders. Now listen, I broke my cardinal rule by not using light colors on the border, because I like to use dark colors on the border because that's where you're pulling and covering up, and especially if you give it to a child. So it's going to get dirty on the borders more quickly usually than other areas. But with these bright springtime colors, I was like, you know, it needs white. It needs a white. So this pattern that I found, it's reversible. It's the same on each side. These are little baubles that made me think of like Easter eggs. I don't know if you can see the texture there. Maybe think Easter eggs. It's so cute. I will leave that pattern linked below. It's a tutorial, not mine. I'm not so good at like making up my own patterns, like my own tutorials or like my own patterns, but I can follow one pretty well. And if a video, I can do great with that. But I found it, I liked the texture. I thought the texture went well with the speckles, as far as like allowing you to see the texture, but also see and appreciate the speckles. Now this minty color and this yellow color are both from Michael's Loops and Threads line. This yellow color is light yellow. Imagine that, light yellow. And this minty color is mint. But I thought that they, of course, just go well together by themselves. They're beautiful spring colors, but that they coordinated well with these Carousel yarns. So this blanket is complete. I am planning on donating it to the foster care agency in our area. I found a crochet group. I have a video about that. I'll link that below, where I went to crochet with some ladies. I missed our March meeting just because, like I said, I've been in a funk and my baby was teething real bad. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, ladies, I can't today. But we're meeting next week, in a couple weeks, to pass over the blankets that we've made and give them to the foster agency. So this is one that I'm going to donate. Well, I had some of the Carousel yarn left over. So I was like, you know, let me make a second blanket with that yarn. But I didn't really know what to make with it. I didn't have a lot of the Carousel yarn left over. And then this one, I didn't even get to use in the other blanket. It just didn't work out. It doesn't fit in, just didn't fit. So I was like, not feeling it. So I decided to make a second one. And I started initially with the idea to have a whole blanket full of granny squares, but I mean, there's a reason that granny square yarn has been engineered to change colors by itself, so you don't have to snip in ends, or like there's a reason for that. So I made 9 squares. It was like, ugh, okay, that's enough. That's plenty. So I joined them together to be the square in the middle, and then used up the rest of the yarn to make the rows here. And I'm using up the teal I don't know the name. I don't know, the labels all came off. I'm sorry. But I'm using up the teal speckly one to be the edge. I haven't decided if I'm gonna let that be the end or if I'm gonna add more of these two to be the border. I kind of have to see how big it gets just using this, because I'm gonna use the rest of this up in this blanket because I don't have any more. That's the last of it, and I wanted to use them all together. I'm not really big into variegated yarns, I guess you'd say, like, or yarns like this that have lots of different colors in them. I'm not a huge fan. I have to kind of like be in the mood. Kind of has to like speak to me. So now if it's one like this that I feel like will color pool, totally into that. Into color pooling that. But just like color chaos is what one of my subscribers commented about color pooling, that color pooling helped them to see past color chaos when they're looking at variegated yarns. The variegated yarns to them, when they work them up, just look like chaos, color chaos. But to be able to color pool them, they're like, oh, okay, we can control the chaos. I love it. But I am not normally into these, so I want to keep them all together in the same blanket because I'm probably not going to go back to it once I finish this and like move on from it. I guess that's the word. I guess that's how I'm putting it. So I've got some projects that I'm working on that are just like whips and I'm getting into the stage where I have too many projects going and not enough of them finished. And so that causes anxiety for me. I don't know if you've seen in my other videos or if you heard me talking about it, but when I have too many projects going at once, it causes me to feel overwhelmed. Now, it's a double-edged sword because I get yarn and I'm inspired by it. It's beautiful. I want to work with it. And then I get tired of using it. Or another yarn comes along and I'm like, ooh, that one's pretty too, you know? Or an event comes up. I have a friend who her son turned 5. My friend Brandy, you might have heard me talk about her. Her son's birthday was the day before mine, and she asked me to make a mousse for him. He's really into the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie series, and there's one that If You Give a Moose a Muffin, he loves the mousse. So I had started the mousse. I didn't get to finish it before his birthday, so I'm still working on it. But what I mean is I'll have projects going, I'll be working on it, and then something will come up like that where I need to make it now. It's on a timeline. But I have a few projects like that going, and I'm like, oh, I need to like buckle down and get these done. And then I think part of my funk too is the fact that my yarn room is a mess. I mean, it's a mess, y'all. Behind me, it looks great. It's beautiful, nice and clear and clean and put together. But directly to my left and in front of me and over there in the corner, it's a little bit chaotic. It's a little crazy. And so I don't feel, I don't know, at peace. I don't feel peaceful when I come in here because it's crazy. And I know it's going to take more than one day to clear the yarn out, get my shelving up where I want it, and then put it all back in. So, because that was the issue, is when we moved into this home, I didn't have all of the shelving that I needed to put it away properly. But now I've been getting that, and now I have it. So like I need to use, like, okay, let's get it put up. Let's get it organized. And so my husband, who is amazing, said he would take some time with me probably over the weekend to get everything out of here, let me get things where I want it, and then put it back. So I think once that happens, my funk will kind of be relieved. So sometimes it's just your space, the space that you're in mentally, physically, that just kind of got you down, you know? And I'm working on that. I'm feeling okay now. My 40th birthday has passed. I had a great birthday. My family threw me a surprise party. It was awesome. We colored Easter eggs, had so much fun. So my funk as far as turning 40 is passing. So I'm feeling a little better, and I'm hoping to be able to get more videos up soon. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I've just been super chatty. I hope you're okay with that. And I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, no matter what time it is, it's always time for yarn.